YouTube, what's going on? So that last diorama was pretty disappointing. Uh, Sold on eBay. Whoever bought it got a great deal on it, and I'm okay with it. Wasn't that great. And I've had a few dioramas do really well, so I'm not going to complain. Um, just need to step my game up a little bit here. So, just wanted to show you the current diorama that I'm working on. I started out by building this. Wasn't meant to be a house. Don't really know. I started out with the garage, and then that first floor section there. I guess it could have been another auto shop. Then I did the addition to the upstairs, and then I did a shed. So I thought, well, um, let's see what we can do with it. So this is the progress. This is the AK Terrain's asphalt, and it still hasn't cured. So I'm just being kind of careful with it. I'm not going to roll the cars around or anything. But basically, what this is it's going to be the Toyota Car Club White Mountains chapter clubhouse. So like a motorcycle clubhouse, but it's a car club instead. So I'll show you what all we have going on here. So um, made it different levels here just to add backdrop and some depth. Retaining walls has been my theme with the last few dioramas, so kept that going here with just a concrete retaining wall, and then we have some rock outcroppings up here. There's the shed. Shed is made out of styrene, and the house also made out of styrene. And then here we have the little drive up to the shed. So the way this is laid out, the corner of it here is going to be a small road section. So there'll be the white shoulder stripe with the double yellow line. And then this will be the property for the clubhouse. So it's a long driveway, and then there'll be parking here. There can be parking here, and then obviously up along here. So, and also the driveway. So, lots of parking. Still have to figure out like where I'm going to put the trees and all that kind of stuff. Have to do the grass, which is the next step. I just glued all the dirt down, and so it's still really wet. When you glue down dirt, you have to let it dry completely, or else it can still be moved. And if you move wet dirt, you're going to completely ruin the look of it. So you have to be patient to let it dry. And same thing with the asphalt, because you have to paint the asphalt, and if you don't wait until it's completely cured, then the moisture from the paint will reactivate the asphalt, and it causes a huge problem. So you just have to make sure you let it cure completely. But lots of stuff can be done with this, with fencing, um, different types of fences too. I'm thinking maybe like a split rail on this one, as well as like a wood plank fence for along the back here, which I'll also run along the back on this side. And then if I do a split rail, it'll be up along here. Not sure if I'm going to do that or not, because if I do, then it creates an obstruction for this camera angle here. Same thing down here. This would be another good spot for a split rail. So fencing and stuff like that looks good, but if you make these for photographing your cars like I do, you have to be careful with fencing because it can obstruct your camera angles. So, but I like the way the house came out. I think the scale and proportions are good. I freehanded all of it. I just like everything else. I just take the plastic and start cutting it and gluing it, and whatever comes out, whatever I get is what I get. So the shed is definitely more simple. The only thing I knew when building the shed is that I wanted a metal roof on it. And so that's kind of what I modeled there. But yeah, so next step here is just to let the dirt dry. I could, while I wait for it to dry, I could go in and do some coarse turf and fine turf. I can get that kind of stuff added. But I almost like to do that after I do the static grass. But I'm not sure. I'll probably do the coarse turf first because up in here, there's a lot of areas where you're going to have coarse turf, especially on the rock face. And then this was left over from the last build. I wanted to make a new one because I don't really like this one, but I ran out of the material. I ran out of the angle rod. So I need to reorder some supplies. But yeah, this is basically it. I think this is risky doing this, but like here's an idea of one of the parking spots. And I imagine that with this diorama, there'll be a lot of, it'll have the ability to display a lot of cars. So that's pretty cool, I think, because you can at least get 2 or 3 here. You can get at least another 2 in this spot here. You can get a whole bunch on the driveway. And then up here you can get a decent amount. Lots of cool camera angles. And that's what it's all about. When you make these dioramas, it's about creating visual points of interest, things that are going to attract the eye. And retaining walls do that, stairs do that, buildings do that, trees, water features, fences. So, rock outcroppings. So there's a lot of different things that you can do that with. I don't think I've ever done a diorama that's combined so many of them. Rock outcroppings, retaining wall, steps, buildings. So it'll be cool to see what it looks like when it's done. I will keep you guys posted. Not sure if I'm going to sell this one. I may hold on to this one for a little while. If and when I do decide to sell it, I'll definitely do a video. I will promote this one the way that I promoted the auto shop. But I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. As of right now, I think I'm going to hold on to it for myself. well, there's already a ton of time that's gone into it, just the time to make the buildings and then the board. So, anyways, leave your thoughts and comments below, and I will holler at the next video.